I'm live, right? Hello, hello, hello. This is Adrienne Obi, also known as Capricorntigress. I am a Western intuitive astrologer, and I run a company called Astrology, a look inside. And you can find out by going to astrologylookinside.com and finding out more. I suggest everyone hit the more button. There is secret things hidden under the more button at astrologylookinside.com, just so that you know. I have Aquarius, Mercury and Aquarius in my first house. And so, yes, I would make hidden passages. I'm a quirky person. I'm sorry. It is that way. You can also find me on Patreon, and you can find me at patreon.com/Capricorntigress. I had to rehaul like everything. And so, all of my other customers, I'm so sorry. I hope you come back and rejoin. I'm going to fix it so that it's just going to be one like low monthly thing to get whatever I post there. It seems to be the way everyone else does it. And it'll avoid what happened because I did have something happen with the finances. It's a long story. Yeesh. Anyway, I'm like itching right now. My daughter said she's had rashes. Has anyone else had rashes? I'm wondering if anyone else has experienced rashes. It's just a question. One of the other thing I'm wondering about is if anyone else has felt extremely tired. Like, I guess the word is sluggish. Sluggish. And you guys, I am so sorry. This is not the first time, but I guess it's time to wash. So sorry. I have to brush my hair. Sorry. This is why I always say I seldom do lives. I usually don't because I'm a tiger. Capricorntigress, a tiger. And the one thing about tigers, I don't know how much you guys, study like Chinese astrology, but I love it. The animals, spot on. I've been doing it for 40 years now. And but the one thing about tigers, they honor tigers to a certain extent in most cultures, Eastern cultures. But tigers, well, some of the women tigers, they kill off at birth because they're so independent. And they especially Capricorn tigers in particular were murdered at birth. And I stopped to think about it, and I don't think of myself this way, but I guess in a way, yeah, I guess I am that way. Capricorns, have you ever watched Capricorn goats? Like the kids, the little goat kids? They are like bar none, probably the cutest things I've ever seen. They bounce around, they jump around, they hop from thing to thing, they get into everything. They'll jump on your back. In fact, there are even yoga classes that use baby goats because they know they're going to jump on the people when they're doing like, what is that, crouching dog or whatever, leaning dog or whatever. And downward dog, that's it. And so, and there's videos about this, just type it in, like baby goats, and all of this stuff will pop up, but they're adorable, right? And they're very playful, and they jump on things, and they get in things, and they cause a ruckus. Even if you don't watch them, they'll eat things, they'll gnaw on things, they'll jump on things. They want to play. They're very playful. And that's a cool thing in a way, but if you watch it. But when you add that persona to the like pounciness of a tiger, and therein lies the issue with a lot of Capricorns who are tigers. Being a tiger and pouncing is not necessarily a bad thing. It's being a tiger and pouncing when you should have waited or had more caution. So I hope that makes sense, right? When it's obvious, you should have paused, waited, taken your time, use more caution, use more common sense, whatever it is. So tigers have that in them where they might not use common sense sometimes, because tigers don't get this idea, this mindset, this dream, this goal, this whatever, and they want to run, they want to pounce, they want to jump, they want to go for it, they want to chase it. That's what they do. And goats want to go as high as they can. They want to get to the pinnacle. They can't help it. It's like built in. So that pouncing and that jumping and that going for it, it really is something that happens. And not doing it and learning to like hold back or say halt or whatever, it's difficult. Now, wow, I think I'm having a life epiphany, but I can't be sure yet, so I don't want to say it. But check with me in a year, and then I'll definitely know for sure if what I'm thinking is true. So this is what I did the live for, because I want to find out for myself. For some reason, I have done several lives today, like I said, on Facebook, even in business. And I wanted to see where the planets were, because I wanted to see how the planets were affecting everything. And I understand it immediately, just upon looking. So for myself, and I'll explain exactly what's going on. At this very moment, the sun is at 18 degrees of Taurus. That's 18 degrees and 13 minutes of Taurus. And that's the sun. And my ascendant is at 17 degrees, which means it's sextile that sun, or excuse me, trine that sun. And my moon is at 17 degrees of Taurus, which is exactly conjunct that sun. So yeah, I do feel like a moon conjunct sun person today. I've been getting my face in front of the camera, and I know what that's about too. So I just looked to see. Oh, and by the way, it also is trying my Pluto in the 8th house. So I guess I did feel very strong and powerful today. I will say something about having Sun, Moon, and Pluto trine the Sun in Taurus at this time, because the Sun was sitting on my Moon. Women, Sun and the women. So Sun on the Moon is women. Okay, women. Moon is always women. But the Sun, very aggressive, right, on women. And so, and it also, the moon sits on my nadir, opposing my career, opposing my reputation, opposing my image, opposing what people think of me. So most likely when the sun was exactly conjunct my moon down at the nadir, the 4th house, the lowest place it can be for a career, right? I was publicly attacked in a group that I monitor on Facebook. It's Black Women Promote, which I love the group, and it's okay. Everything's fine. As you can see, right? Sun trine everything. But and I handled it. I even when it was occurring, I just never panicked. I didn't lose my cool. I never fell out of character. I just felt like I saw right through their anger. I understood it. I tried to use compassion about it. I tried to put myself into their position. I tried to understand that first and foremost. And I think that because of that, I was able to handle what could have been a really ugly situation in as pleasant of a way as possible. And I noticed it was more pleasant today, and I have a feeling it's going to be even more pleasant tomorrow. There might be some pushback to like today and tomorrow, because I just noticed that the moon is going to be, it is right now, by the way, in Cancer. And at the moment, it's at 10 degrees of Cancer. And I just realized I didn't even finish doing my makeup. I don't know why that hit me, but I realized I didn't finish doing my makeup. Anyway, I hope I look cute to you guys. Anyway, the moon is at 10 degrees of Cancer. That's in my 6th house, but nearing the cusp of my 7th house. That's opposition. That's open opposition. I do feel that even though I'm putting myself on camera today and I'm smiling and everything, I can sense a certain opposition. In fact, it makes a beautiful kite, doesn't it? What a lovely kite that is. The kite has already started because the moon is officially opposed my sun. Beautiful, lovely kite. So we'll see how the day goes as the moon opposes my sun. Yet it will be sextile Pluto and sextile my moon. That's the beauty of a kite. So we'll see. It'll be very interesting. My sun's in the 12th house. It just tells me to hang tight, hang low, maybe go off of Facebook for a while. Get off of YouTube. Go hide under the covers or whatever. So yeah, that could be something, okay. Mercury is, but I just saw something. The moon right now is trine my Jupiter in the 2nd house of money. Whoa. While it's sextile my Pluto in the 8th house of money. So maybe I just put a little bit of fire under some people's butts. Some people might need a little fire under their butts. And it's so funny I'm talking the way I'm talking because the sun is technically trine Saturn, transiting Saturn right now. Yeah, I'm talking about my own self, which my ascendant's at like 17, almost 18. So it is trine my ascendant, but it is also trine Saturn, and Saturn is retrograding, which means they're going to collide somewhere between 18 and 19, probably soon, tomorrow, the next day it's coming. Just be aware of it. We're about to have a Sun-Saturn conjunction right on my damn ascendant. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to. Well, no. It's not going to be on my ascendant. Thank goodness. No, it's a trine. Thank goodness it's a trine. I've already been through. I'm upset that Saturn's sitting on my ascendant. I'm so upset about it. And now the sun's going to be like supporting it, like whatever it is. So maybe it's all these videos, like, all the lives and the videos and stuff that I'm doing that I don't know if I should be doing, but I'm doing them anyway, even though the sun's sitting down at the bottom of my chart. Just means I should be at home probably eating and baking some pie. I don't know if I'll bake pie. I might bake something. I'm serious. Mercury is in Taurus at 4 degrees Taurus. Mercury is at 4 degrees Taurus. That's my 3rd house, but it's low. And Mercury moves kind of quickly, but not quick enough to do it today. But Mercury is there. And the funny thing about that is Uranus is at 3 degrees. They're basically they're conjunct. Mercury and Uranus are conjunct. That's the other issue that's going on with me today. I shouldn't even be talking. I've got my Mercury at 3 degrees Aquarius in the 1st house. It is not dealing well with the Mercury conjunct the Uranus. I could be saying anything. I pray that what I say today makes sense to everyone who hears it, that I'm not offending anyone with anything that I've said, anything that I've done. That's all you can do. I am, by the way, I'm actually looking at another page, so I can't see anybody up there. But I just hope that, And I realized too that with everything being down in the 4th house, even though it's Taurus, even though it's trine, even though it's pretty and all those things that Taurus does, that no one may see it because it's the 4th house. It's so hidden. It's so supporting the hiddenness of the hiddenness that is me, that it just may continue being hidden. And that's just all there is to it. Now, Venus is, and I don't know where Taurus falls for you. Just know that Mercury in Taurus just means you're thinking about sensual things, maybe money, maybe beauty, maybe luxury, maybe all of the above. Okay, so Venus, 22 degrees of Aries. That's also my third house. Communications again. Venus, though. But it is square my ascendant. So right now, even while I'm making this video, there's some hater out there going, what does that bitch think she is anyway? I don't know. I just be who I be. I'm going to stop saying that. I haven't said it the right way because I don't want to say it the right way. But I'm just who I am. I think today, maybe there's no Aquarius up there. But I will say Mercury at 4 degrees of Taurus is squaring my Aquarius Mercury. I said that earlier. And it's making an aspect to my Aquarius Saturn, which is in the first house. So I would think anyone who has their Mercury anywhere near, I would say anywhere from 0 to 7 degrees of Taurus is really feeling this, or 0 to 7 degrees of Scorpio, or 0 to 7 degrees of Leo. Those would all be very concerning aspects, or 0 to 7 degrees of Aquarius. And that's where my Mercury is. So it is definitely Mercury square Mercury. So like I said, I've already apologized once before. I'll apologize again. With Uranus sitting on transiting Mercury like that, well, I could be saying anything at the moment. It's right in my third house. I hope what I say makes sense. And I just keep saying it. Anyway, oh, wow, it's amazing. Well, I will say this. Venus at 22 degrees of Aries is trine my Mars at 24 degrees of Leo. Where is 22 degrees of Aries in your chart? It's Venus. It should be positive for most people. You know, it might not be that great for me because my ascendant's at, almost 18 degrees, which means it's going to be square right now, even. Like I said, people could be looking at me, not liking me at this very moment. And what can I do about that? What can I do? Really? And Mars right now is at 25 degrees of Gemini, which means it just went from my 5th house to my 6th house. So all the emphasis is going to go from love and romance where it's been, and it's been so flirty. But now it's going to go into the 6th house of work. So there is going to be a lot of emphasis in work for myself and health. But where is 25 degrees of Gemini falling in the horoscope for you? Because wherever it's falling at 25 degrees, Mars is going to be putting forth some effort and input. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Venus, which is at 22 degrees, and Mars, which is at 25 degrees, and Jupiter, which is at 23 degrees, are all aspecting each other. Okay? So Venus is trine Jupiter. And that's a good thing, especially for fire signs. Any fire sign born in the last decade, I would say, wow, any fire sign, you're going to really enjoy that. Venus trine Jupiter, I don't know why I just felt sexy. I don't know, it's just sexy going on. And then with these both being like in some form of a aspect to that Gemini, Mars, well, Gemini is like to flirt. Lots of flirtations. I'm just feeling the flirtation. I feel the flirtation from here. Anyway, just saying there's a lot of flirting or the possibility for flirtations. I hope you're taking advantage of it, those who want to flirt. As I mentioned, Saturn is at 20 degrees of Capricorn, and I am not happy about that retrograding toward my ascendant in the least bit. It makes me very upset. Hey, I've had people join me. I do. Why do I let my eyes roll back in my head? Why do I do that? Sorry, I missed you, Nicole. She said, let my eyes roll back in my head. I wonder why. I wonder why I should let them do it. It's an interesting question. Why should I let them? They do like to do it, but why should I let them roll back there? Be interesting. They do roll up a lot when I'm thinking, especially when I'm thinking about stuff. They roll up in my head a lot. Just notice that. Anyway, we talked about that crazy Uranus at 3 degrees. Neptune. Neptune's at 18 degrees. You know, I just realized Neptune and the sun are sextile exactly. Where is Neptune in your chart? Neptune and the sun are making they are almost exactly. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Neptune is right on the sun like that. That's amazing. What a beautiful sextile that is. Gorgeous. Wow. And the true node is just like, making gorgeous trine to the Neptune. Beautiful sextile to the sun. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, beautiful. What is going on? I think something beautiful is going on for some people today. I did feel like it was a good day. I wonder how many other people had a good day. It's just a beautiful thing. As I'm just looking at this, it just turned out gorgeous. As I went down and looked at all the numbers and aspects, I got excited about it. I'll just say thanks for the advice. You know, it's funny. I wonder if doing something like letting the eyes roll back in the head, if that is something that would help with me. I've been trying to really get more in touch with more of my, just, you know, whatever it is that I need to get in touch with. Just, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's been a weird day. I know now why it has been weird. I think I'm wondering how many other people have had weird days today. And, you know, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow or another day. I'm hoping this desire to sit around and chat and talk about nothing but astrology things sticks with me, because I usually get diverted and then I move on to the next and the next and the next. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to get going. I did something on Facebook earlier where I did a reading about this full moon coming up in Scorpio. And I just went through the signs. We're like, bam, bam, bam. And I did that on Facebook. Now I can do that here. I don't know if I'm going to say the same thing. I might upload the other one too. I'll do it. I don't mind, because I know what I got to say, Okay. I know what I got to say. So look, I'll start with what's in my hand. I'm doing it a whole different direction than I did on Facebook. Let me take a sip of my tea, because I've been busy rambling all this time. I'll give something to you guys, which is, we'll talk about this full moon in Scorpio. How's that? Talk about this full moon in Scorpio. Because I know what I want to say to all of your signs about this full moon. And I do not know about what this Cha said about me rolling my eyes in the back of my head, Lord. It's kind of scary in a way. A lot of people don't know. When I was younger, they said that I was supposed to have surgery on one of my eyes. And if you look closely, you'll see that one of my eyes looks a little bit more damaged than the other eye. It's because I used to pull down on it from all the tears that would run out of that eye. I literally was born with like a tearing eye. I grew out of it as I got older. But if you look closely too, this eye is smaller than that eye. They are two different sizes, two different shapes. I was born with a tearing eye. I do have Jupiter in Pisces. And my son was in the 12th house. Eyes, Pisces. Well, eyes are usually Aries, but my son is in conjunct the ascendant. and the ruler's in the first house. Anyway, tearing eye, sun in the 12th house. It was so weird. I never had the surgery and I grew out of it, but if you look closely, this eye always just looks like it's just slightly like there's a shadow, or no matter how much makeup I use on it, you can tell there was something. Sometimes it looks like I got punched in the eye and I didn't. It just picks up that whatever that is, because I also used to suck my finger, and I sucked my pinky, and I think I pulled down on it. So there's just some damage to that side. Anyway, I got off target again, which I do. It's just one of those things. I told you I got Uranus is conjunct Mercury. Look at my hair. Look at this. Didn't I comb this hair once already during this? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is Uranus conjunct Mercury. This is when it's square your first house like that, because it's square my Mercury that's in my first house. So just having a conversation, I look like I went, like I went jogging or something. Crazy. Okay. I'll do this again. I'll share the other one too. I wonder if I'll say something different. It's funny. Maybe I'll feel like I have to say something different this time. I'm going to start with Pisces because no one expects me to do that. Pisces, it's funny. Even when I did the other one, it's all in the 9th house, Pisces. 9th house. It's a very spiritual time for you. I think when this full moon in Scorpio is going to be a very spiritual couple of days. I hope you look ahead. It's the 18th. So I would say, since it's at 27 degrees, the 17th and 18th are going to be the days that you really feel that spiritual pull. You might be traveling. It's the 9th house. That's travel. There could be education. There could be communication coming in from a far distance, from long away. So you might be dealing with that. It could be spiritual. You might be, conversating with God. You might be going to church. You might be praying. So it's the 9th house. So I think that for Pisces with Neptune in the, I think basically if you were to get it in tune with your spiritual side during that couple of days, that would be the best way to use Pisces trine Scorpio moon, full moon. That's the best way to use that full moon to your advantage. So I hope you guys do use that to further your, your psychic abilities, your travel, your long distance communications, all of that. Mystical abilities too. So next I'm going to be doing Aquarius. Aquarius. I don't know what's going on with y'all, but your career is booming. It should be. Okay, now you could be having some emotional things going on at your career or your reputation. It could be that things are going emotionally all over the place with your career. It could be because it's going to be a full moon that day, but I don't think so. I think it's just a culmination. And the full moon is just going to be the, the culmination of whatever it is you've been working toward. But I believe, when there's a square like that, this square motion, that means action. You've got action coming. And Mars and the North Node in your 6th house of work, this full moon in your 10th house, I think, is going to bode well for your career. And hopefully, if there's no jealousy involved in it, it'll bode well for your reputation as well. Next, we have Capricorn. Capricorn, you have a lot of emphasis that day on your 11th house. That's your friends, your organizations you belong to, clubs you belong to, groups you belong to, friendships, organizations, places like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and like Pinterest and Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. Like other people though, but it's like it's organizations, actually your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. That as well. You may be able to achieve your hopes and dreams and goals and wishes through working with other people in groups and associations. Okay? Okay. Next, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, and I'm going to upload the other one that I did on Facebook because I think I might have even said something different in some of these, but it's about your 12th house. Okay, so when I think about the 12th house, I always think about the house of self-undoing. Some people don't like to hear that, right? Is that better than, worse than the house of penitentiaries and hospitals? Nervous breakdowns and stuff like that. No one wants to hear that either. So I'm thinking it's just self-undoing. And self-undoing can come in many ways. It could be the food you're eating. It could be that you're drinking too much, that you're smoking too much weed, that you're having unsolicited sex, that you're cheating on your partner, that you got porno in the closet. I mean, it could be something, but it's something that's hidden, that's something that you feel somewhere inside of you that might be your undoing, because no one else can tell you. It's internal. It's all subconscious and internal as well. That's the other thing. 12th house is all subconscious internal stuff. And I think you're really going to feel this full moon because Jupiter is also retrograding in the solar first house for Saggies. So everything is kind of turning inward, I think, a little bit there. And you're going to feel that. Maybe it's just you'll have like deep dreams those couple of days where maybe you'll get some deep insight. Scorpio is the sign of secrets. And the 12th house is naturally trining the essence of Scorpio. I don't think it's going to be a bad experience. I think it's just going to be a mind altering experience. Maybe if it comes through a dream, or if you had some type of psychic experience, maybe it's the 12th house. That is all that, deep, hidden, dreamy like state stuff. Could be some lies and deceit. So please be aware of that, Sag. Next, I have Scorpio. Scorpio, wow. Well, it goes without saying, Scorpio, this entire event, this full moon in Scorpio, it's all about you, Scorpio. It's in your first house. Now, it can mean that you're a little elevated as far as your emotions. It could mean that you could get more more angry, more explosive than normal. That I mean, you might just be more caught. I don't know why. I just had this image, and I don't know who and why, but a Scorpio out there investigating and looking through a cell phone and blowing up about what they find. So I don't know who that Scorpio is, but someone who's Scorpio Venus, Scorpio moon. I don't know if I would investigate around the 18th because I don't think you're going to like what you're going to find. Just say it. Next, we've got Libra. Libra. Ooh, this Yes, the old house of money. I forgot. That's right. You're one of the money ones. It's happening in a Scorpio. You know, one of the things you might have to investigate, because it is Scorpio. If you go looking and to find out, I would start now, between this new moon and the full moon. I would start now to see where you might be like leaking out money, because where you can get money. Now, if you go and you start investigating and you find out that, oh yeah, I could have been getting it here, or someone owed me money there, or something like that, I would do that now, because when the full moon gets there on the 17th, 18th, you're going to have some emphasis in the second house of money. And it just indicates to me that hopefully what you have at the time will be a lot, and you'll be able to enjoy it and feel like you can, party almost. Let's hope so. Let's hope you get money. If you are expecting money, I'm hoping you're going to get that on the 17th or 18th. You'll get that money. Next, we have Virgo. And Virgos, well, I had said this over there in the other one. You guys are communicating. You guys are talking and writing and making videos and sending out letters and making proposals and talking to people in your community and your neighbors and going around and taking buses and trains, and it's short distance travel, so I don't necessarily see you flying out, but I see you riding around in cars and talking to people in the community and talking to people in your family. Maybe the sun's going to be in your 9th house. You might even be traveling. I see some traveling going on. Also, talking to all like cousins, nephews, nieces, aunts, uncles, all of that. That's what's coming up for around the 17th, 18th for you. Virgo. Next, we have Leo. Leo. We've got the full moon is in Scorpio, and it's going to be in your 4th house. It could be endings. I don't know what kind of endings that could happen, but there could be endings. But I don't think it's that. I think it's more like a mothering feel, like a comforting feel. I'm thinking maybe like something to do with you, your mothering ability, or someone mothering you, or your mother. Oh, Mother's Day is coming up around that time. So it's mothering. You might be really feeling that though, because of, for some reason, it's the 4th house. And if you're a Leo, I know Leo is the sign that represents children. So it might be a lot of things about, you and your children and Mother's Day and stuff like that, especially if you're a female Leo. I can see that being a major focus, around the 17th and 18th and stuff like that. Next, we've got Cancer. Cancer. Well, like I said on Facebook, man, Cancer, you got it going on. And I have deemed Cancer as the luckiest people in the zodiac, at least on the full moon. Because it's going to be a full moon in Cancer, which is a sign that is trine a full moon in Scorpio, which is trine Cancer. And so there's going to be an unnatural trine. It's going to be in their 5th house of love and romance and children and taking chances and taking risks and in their own businesses and just having fun and dating and partying and enjoying yourself and feeling like you're a king or queen and just being all loved up and flirting and romantic. And it's a good place to have it, Cancer. So that the 17th, 18th should be a good day for Cancers. Next, we have Gemini. Gemini. Hello, my Gemini friend. It's all going to be happening in the house of work in hell. It's a very Gemini place. I don't know why, because house and work, whenever I see Gemini anywhere near the sixth house, I just think of salads. Just think you're going to have a lot of salads around that. I don't know why. No, it's more than that, though. It's also the house of work. So, Gemini, you could have a lot of emphasis in work. The funny thing, though, would it be in a full moon in Scorpio? I would be cautious about jealous people, like jealous women at work. To me, the full moon in Scorpio in the sixth house is jealous women at work. I don't know why. So if you're in a situation where this could be an issue for you, or there is a possibility that you could be, dealing with jealous women at work, be aware of jealous women at work. Also, take care of your health. That's also a health house. Could be that your health is extra good. You might find out something about your health that day, since it is Scorpio. It's like getting down to the bottom of things. So, yeah. Because do something to do with your health as well. Okay. And really, I would say just take care of your health, if anything. That's one last message I'm going to leave with you. Take care of your health. Watch what you eat. Watch what you do. Work out. Take care of yourself. Okay? All right, Jim? Okay. Taurus. Next, I have Taurus. And Taurus, actually, it is not that bad for you guys. I mean, if you are looking to have a... I'm not saying, I don't know if it's a reconciliation, but at least a positive experience in your relationships. It could be a reconciliation. It could be a marriage. It could be your significant other. It could be enemies. Like if you have hidden enemies. It could be business partnerships, though. It could come out that way. But that's what is the focus on, the 18th, the 17th, the 18th, that area. So be aware of that. And I would say if you are someone who wants to smooth things over with a significant other, use that time frame to do that. Okay. And finally, I have Aries. I'm gonna try to post my Facebook one that I did because you guys, because I got a certain Aries in mind. I know this girl will make money. But all of you Aries, and a certain guy that I know who's an Aries. We need to get together and talk so we can get you going on your money making. And I got to work on my tooth. Funny that it happened now. I have Aries rising progressed. I'm trying to see if this is helping or not helping. I think it's helping. That's why I'm going to keep doing it. So, Aries money. Anyone who owes you money, go get your money. If you need to shore up things like taxes or bills or annuities or insurance or wills or anything like that, take care of it. Because Aries, this is all about money. And hopefully you're going to be able to get some money, around that time. It's Mother's Day, so maybe you'll get some lovely money Mother's Day gifts. That's one way for the women anyway. All right, you guys. Well, it's been almost 45 minutes. I am so sorry. I did not mean to double up like that, but I figured I might as well tell you guys, and I'll try to break it down and share these so that you can get to them easily about the new moon, or excuse me, full moon. The full moon in Scorpio. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, much love and light to you all. Thanks for putting up with me and all my quirks on this wonderful, eve of the next full moon, and all the crazy Taurus sun doing all the crazy quirky things with the, what's going on right now. So anyway, I am sending out much love, much light, many blessings, beautiful thoughts, good vibes to everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful mothers out there. May you have a wonderful Mother's Day, and much love and light. Namaste.